Today, a conflicting story between a student and a professor, stolen laundry, and a marijuana bust at the fountains. That's all coming up right here on Spinnaker News. Hello Ospreys, I'm Taylor Johnson. You're watching Spinnaker News on Spinnaker Television. A UPD officer recently met with a student who reported harassment from a professor and classmates. According to UPD, the student said the professor used the N-word several times towards her. The officer said she appeared to be visibly shaken and was rambling about being a Marine and growing up in the Bronx. The officer contacted the professor, who said none of that happened in class. The professor said the student stood up during class and started to stare at the wall and ceiling. She then sat down in the back of the class against the wall for the remainder of class. The professor also said that no words were even exchanged between her and the student. She said that because of past incidents, she has asked her department chair to have the student removed from class. A student reported his laundry was stolen after leaving it in the dryer at the Osprey Clubhouse for almost a week. According to UNFPD, the student put his laundry in the dryer and came back 4 hours later to take only a green shirt and khaki shorts. He left everything else in the dryer. He said he had to leave town without notice and left his laundry in the dryer. When he came back 4 days later, his clothes were missing. The student said he talked to housing staff, who told them they don't touch anybody's clothing. There are no known witnesses or suspects. An officer was recently sent to the fountains for a drug investigation. According to UPD, the officer smelled burning marijuana outside a dorm room. The student allowed the officer to enter his room. The student said he had a previous history of drug use and legal issues regarding drug use. The student then retrieved 8.9 grams of marijuana and a vaporizer. The student was issued a notice to appear and referred to student conduct. All right, Ospreys, it's time to see what's going to happen with the weather for this weekend. Let's toss it to Alex Kratz.
Hey there, Ospreys. We finally worked our way to the weekend. I'm Alex Kratz here with your Spinnaker weather update. We're looking at a high of 79 degrees today, UNF. As you can currently see, the sun is waking up and should be out all day. Winds will also be coming in from the north at 3 to 7 miles per hour. Tonight will be chilly, getting down to around 60 degrees, finally giving us a taste of fall. As we head out into the weekend, expect sunny weather and clear skies. Highs will be in the upper 70s and low 80s, with temperatures dropping to the low and mid 60s. Surfers who are looking to paddle out today, moderate rip current warnings are in effect and possibly throughout the weekend. Surfline says that you can expect waves from 4 to 5 feet today. Well, that's it for today's Spinnaker update. Now let's take a look at your 3-day forecast.
Thanks, Alex. And now for your sports report, here's Connor Spinnaker.
Hey Ospreys, Brandon Thigpen's out today, but that's okay. I'm Connor Spinnaker here with your Spinnaker Sports Report. Yesterday, the women's swimming team didn't do so well as they racked up 2 losses in their first dual meet of the season. The Ospreys lost to West Florida by a score of 175 to 87, and they also lost to Vanderbilt 159 to 93. The next time the team hits the water is November 8th when they take on both Campbell and North Carolina A&T in Bowie's Creek, North Carolina. As for today's events, both cross-country teams are in action at the Crimson Classic in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. The volleyball team takes on Kennesaw State at the UNF Arena tonight at 7 o'clock, and the women's soccer team travels to Stetson for their final road match of the season. And last but not least, both tennis teams are at the USTA ITA Regional Championships all day. Be sure to check in next week for the report from those. That's it for sports today, but now let's toss back over to Taylor at the news desk.
Thanks, Connor. Well, that's all the time we have for you today on Spinnaker News. But for more on the stories reported today and other stories, you can check out unfspinnaker.com. You can also like the Spinnaker on Facebook at facebook.com/UNFSpinnaker, and you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at UNFSpinnaker. For Alex Kratz and Connor Spinnaker, I'm Taylor Johnson. Have a great day, UNF.